You're listening to An Ounce, Season 2, Episode 4, Pride and Intolerance, a Case History from the Civil War.
You are listening to An Ounce, a podcast providing inspiration, ideas, and wisdom through engaging stories, commentary, and interviews, so you can live life better.
Hey, Jim Fugate here, and it's my privilege to share an ounce with you. During the American Civil War, there was a chief ordnance officer for the Union Army by the name of James Wolfe Ripley. He was in charge of purchasing and distributing weaponry to the Union troops. Now, Mr. Ripley was an interesting character. He was cantankerous. He was set in his ways. He didn't like new things. When it came to rifles, it was the muzzle-loading musket for him. In spite of the fact that the Spencer Company was producing a repeating rifle that worked very well and had been proven in the battlefield, somehow without the help of Mr. Ripley, about 2,500 of these rifles had gotten into the hands of some Union troops who had used them effectively to hold off a Confederate attack from a number 3 times their size. But, Mr. Ripley just wasn't interested in that. In fact, when Mr. Lincoln was able to force him to actually purchase the rifles, Ripley thought, well, he didn't tell me how many I had to buy and whether or not I even had to distribute them, so I'll just buy a few and keep them here in the warehouse. Troops in the field were aware that this new technology existed and that it worked, and they began to purchase the rifles as they were able with their own money. So what was the effect of Mr. Ripley's bad attitude about new things? Experts tell us that he probably extended the war by 2 years and cost hundreds of thousands of lives. Pretty shocking that one man can do that. So here's the ounce. All of us have our favorite ideas, concepts, theories. We don't necessarily find ourselves being tolerant of new ideas or something different. It's important to be tolerant, to have our eyes and our ears and our hearts open to the fact that somebody might have a better idea. Refusal to accept that possibility can be very costly. And that's the ounce submitted for your consideration. Hey, did you know we were giving away 4 awesome little pocket multi-tools? Well, we are. To be eligible to win one of the 4 tools we're giving away, you need to send us a positive comment or a great idea for a new episode. You can do that at jim@anounce.org before February 15th of 2020. Can't wait to hear from you. On our next episode, we'll talk about some serious insults that have been recently dealt out to the namesake of the Roman god Pluto, the god of the underworld and wealth. Is it wise to mess with a god that has the lethal 3-headed attack dog named Cerberus and has dominion over your money? I'm Jim Fugate, and I'll catch you next time.
That's An Ounce for now. Thanks for listening and subscribing to this podcast. Listen again for more information, ideas, and wisdom, an ounce at a time.
Hey, Tish, I'm headed out the door to get those groceries now.
Thanks, Jim. Would you pick up some Brussels sprouts, please?
Yeah, sure. Brussels sprouts. Ugh. She didn't say how many Brussels sprouts to get, and she also didn't say whether or not it would be okay for me to hide them deep in the freezer where she'll never find them.